Hello, good evening. Hopefully, we are doing well. I think our time is quite spent. We won't wait for other people. Much welcome to today's this webinar. Maybe others will join us along the way, but if they won't join, we'll still have the recorded video and be posted into the group. I'm delighted to have you in as a Royal Graphics. And maybe because of time, you'll allow me just maybe we introduce ourselves. Just tell us your name, where you are, where you're linked from, and then maybe your expectations from this webinar, and maybe going forward, and also maybe where did you get to hear about us. Yes, I'll introduce myself along the way as we start the presentation. Yeah, let me start with Merit Media. Say hi to us.
Hi everyone, my name is Merit. Thank you very much for having me. I'm really expecting to learn much from this session.
Where are you joining from? Your name is Merit. I've never heard of
Yes,
that.
I'm joining from Nairobi. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's great. That's great. Maybe you it's well. Where did you get to hear about us?
Actually, from one of my friends' social media shared the links, and then I also yeah had to join it.
Okay, great, great, great. Much welcome. Let's get to hear from Amina.
Hello everyone, my name is Amina. I'm from Nakuru. I'd like to get more into web development. Yeah, so good to see you all.
Great, 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 great. Yeah, allow me share my screen as I present. I think most of the we have our speaker today who is in, who is done. Our speaker is done, and I think he's going to introduce himself when his time comes. Allow me share my screen as we. Okay, yes. Allow me share my screen as we present, and then yes. So if you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. Great, 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 great. Welcome into today's web development webinar. On Monday, we had graphic design webinar, and today we have the Royal Graphics, not Royal Graphics, sorry, the graphic design webinar. And we are hoping that everything is going to go well. That I know most of us, or you're going to get referrals, or all of us are going to enroll into that. Yeah, so much welcome. We are going to do this in the next 1 hour 20 minutes because it's around 8 and then by 9:30 we should be done with it, and we're expecting to do a lot of things. I think most of you know me. Allow me just about me. It is yes, my name is Nahaima Isaac. I am a tutor both physically and also online. I tutor a technical institute. It's a private technical institute in Karura, Nairobi. And then also I'm a web designer. I also do web design using the WordPress plugins. It's quite easier way of doing websites, but there is a better way of doing websites. And then also I'm a graphic designer, digital skills advocator. Yes, it's in this digital space, digital world. We need at least you need to have a skill. You need to have a skill in the area. You need to have a digital skill. You can't just sit there and then you just say you only have a degree and then you don't have a digital skill. Those are the skills that are literally paying a lot nowadays. And then you can work from home. Yeah, just freelance, then make your life easier. And then also I have 2 years of work experience in graphic design and also web design. Yes, I'm also the founder of Royal Graphics Solutions. The logo that you are seeing it here, donning business brands. Yes, which tech skill do you literally possess? That is in a nutshell about me. Uh, Maybe let me just, not unless, for those who have never seen me, let me just use my camera. Just a minute. Let me just use my camera so that you can just see me. Maybe in case you'll meet me somewhere, allow me share my camera. Yes. Maybe we can meet somewhere or just see me. You can consider buying me coffee. Yeah, that is my face. In case you see me in public somewhere around in Nairobi or CBD, you can call my name and then I'll respond. Then you can buy me some coffee or I buy you some coffee. Yeah, that is me. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, that is about me. Allow me just go to the next slide because of time. Yeah. Not unless maybe someone, if you have a question about me, you can maybe ask in the anytime, maybe the time for the questions. The tech skills, by the way, which tech skill do you literally possess by the time you came to this webinar? Which tech skill do you possess? Let's get to hear from Merit Media. Merit Media, I think I seen a logo there. It's Merit Graphic Design. Which tech skill do you possess currently? And do you make money out of it? What do
Sure,
you think?
sir. I'm a yeah. Yes, I'm a graphic designer and I'm also a web developer, and it pays. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice, very great, very great. Amina,
Not yet. I haven't started.
the tech skills. Any tech skill that you possess currently, you don't have any tech skill?
Yeah.
Okay, great, great. I know by the time you'll be done with this and you join the class, at least you'll have tech skill in web development. Will be good. You'll be joining it. It will literally be good. Yes, and I know people are making money out of it. We believe that maybe Merit is making some good money, some good cash out of graphic design and also web development. Yes, just in a nutshell, our graphic solution is just a digital marketing agency. It started in that is last year, but 2023 March. Our main goal is just creating stunning visuals, arranging all the way from web design to also graphic web visuals. We have done some graphics for clients, and also we have done some several websites also for the clients. Yeah, so for the individuals and also for the startups and also the they're called small and medium enterprises. So worked with several clients. We mainly offer services in graphic design, web design, SEO services, web maintenance, and then also social media marketing. If you just go to our website, you're going to see our services there. I think we have some services in here. Let me just check. Yeah, you can just go and visit our website. We have all the services, digital marketing services. We have the graphic design services. Also, we offer some copywriting that is quite easy. And then also we have web design services, e-commerce websites, also web maintenance, and also web hosting services. Yeah, this one we collaborate with the hosting companies. Yes, and then also the SEO. Or I can also do for you SEO, free SEO audit. You check on how your website has been doing in the previous maybe 1 month, and also maybe its ranking, and then does it have some broken links on it? Uh, Maybe let's say we normally call it domain rating, and then we normally have the some backlinks where you can add them. You can, that is all about SEO. And also we can create some keywords whenever you are doing a page. So anytime you do a search and a website appears among the top, that website has been optimized. That one is called SEO. It's called search engine optimization. So that is what we do, and then we now do other part of the training, which is the graphic design part. Yeah, that is all about Royal Graphics. That is all about Royal Graphics in a nutshell. That what we do, that is what we do. And also we also do now that part for training some clients. Yes, I think my part is done. Allow me introduce the next person on stage. who is one of my friends and one of my should I say, we normally collaborate a lot in the tech field. We normally collaborate a lot, and he's one of the best guys I've met. He normally does web development. For me, I've said I do web design. I don't do web development. Yes, he's good in that, and he's also a tutor. And maybe he's going to introduce himself. Allow me not to speak much on that. Yes, welcome so much, Dan.
Yes, thank you so much, Isaac. Let me first confirm that everyone can hear me. Isaac, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
What about Amina?
Yes.
Thank you. And Merit Media? Merit Media. Thank you, Merit Media, for
What?
confirming.
I can get you.
Merit Media, I've not gotten you clearly. I don't know whether you can hear me well. Uh, Isaac, can you confirm that audio ya Merit Media iko sawa? I check on my
You are
internet.
loud and clear.
Thank you so much, Merit.
You are loud and
So I
clear,
can.
Mr. Dan.
Thank you, Merit. Yeah, and I can see Marvin Wanga has joined us. So welcome so much, Marvin. You just found that we were doing a bit of introduction. So I don't know. Okay, it's just left. So I hope it's just fixing some few things. Yeah. So first of all, I'm humbled to be on this platform. Um, as you've heard, I'm a web developer, and okay, basically, I can define myself as a full stack software developer. I do web development, that is backend and front end, which you're going to get to learn more about that as we continue. Um, I'm also, I hope now, Marvin, you're fixed. Tusikuache nyuma. Marvin, you're okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Thank you so much, Marvin, for confirming. Welcome. We were just doing introduction, so we have a few guys on board, and I was just introducing myself. So I've said my name is Dan Sanam or Daniel Sanam. I'm a full stack software developer. I have experience in development, and I also do uh, I also do training. That is for web development. I do train other courses like mobile apps development. I also do uh, train about cybersecurity and a bit of data science. And here at Royal Digital, we have a class of web development, which we are doing as we also plan to incorporate or other the tech stuff. So basically, our thing here is to do. I think Isaac has brought it clearly about everything about what we do. We have partnered with Isaac for quite some long time. He has been my friend, and we have done a lot. Uh, just okay, I'm going to share more about that. Also, I've worked on some projects. The one you're seeing there is just one of them. That is the Hustle project, which we are doing to to connect software developers with the jobs. So my task there was more of the front end part that is doing the appearance of the. It is work in the progress. In fact, we're working on it. Then I've worked on that Modcom Institute website. I worked on it on the front end side as well. That is using the React JS. I have 2 years plus of experience in the training of the software development. That is both online classes and physical classes. And my aim mostly, I'm so passionate about seeing people succeed. I've just heard Amina tell us that he has not interacted with tech before, and I just know you're in the right place. Uh, it has always been my passion to impact knowledge, and just regardless of what we have, regardless of what we've done before, the way we put it is that simple that even a class 4 student is able to understand what we are doing. Yeah. And now, with the help of technologies and all that, we are really going to find this so much easy. What we mean by mentorship is that we train, we also follow up, like we also assign some projects and all that. Then also would like to know what you do after that. Like after we train you, like we'd like, okay, how is our student doing? That is the mentorship part of it. Yeah, and also building digital solutions. That is, of course, we are learning the soft skills to create some solutions and like be able to automate what we do on our daily basis. Yeah, so my task today is to brief you guys about what you expect in our first this cohort of web development. I think much details were shared on the WhatsApp group. Maybe if of which we are going to be sharing a lot about that. So don't worry about any information about the. But basically, I'll be giving uh, I mean a nutshell of what you expect in this course of web development. We're also going to have a small session of demonstration of maybe what you can do, or what you'll be able to do at the end of the course. Yeah, and all that. So let me, I don't know whether Isaac, you're going to present or I present my screen and move to the next slide. Yes. So I think Isaac, okay, Isaac, you're going to allow me to share my screen. There is something I'm going to share here. Just allow me to share my screen. Just in a minute, let me do that. Yeah, so it's just there's some presentation here. So it's just web development. I know these terms sometimes might be confusing. Someone can ask you like, what is the difference between a web developer, who is a mobile app developer, who is a web designer, or something like that. So I had an image of. Let me try to see whether I can find it. It downloaded it here. To just, I think we are familiar with these terms. It's a funny one, but they'll give you us understanding of who is a web developer. So from that, you can see that guy who looks other than the rest. We are seeing is a UX designer. Then we have the UI designer. Then below there we have the developer, and we have the user there, who is the small child. So I just want to focus on these two because we are talking of becoming web developers. So let's say the web developers, they are the direct link to the client. After you come up with that imagery thing that you would want your business to appear like, or you would want so that is the person who now creates the image you have in your mind, or the design that you'll be given, or something like that. So now this is the person who is now doing the work of creating that, then connecting to the user now. Is basically creating whatever it's being assumed to be, or just an image. Now we are doing it. We are doing it practically using programming languages and all that. Yeah, let me go back now to the serious slides. Yeah, so web development involves creating and building and maintaining websites or web applications for the internet and the intranet. Basically, it's just the image. Let me just use simple terms: creating websites and web applications. Maybe you might ask yourself, what is the difference between a website and a web applications? Of course, which as we continue the course, I'm going to dive deeper into this. A website is more of the the information about your brand, the information about your company. Let's say the information about you. Let's say, for instance, if you are selling shoes in a shop, and you'd want people to understand about your business and all that, you can create a website. You put some images of your shoes there and all that, the prices and all that. But now, when we talk about web application, you've seen a website whereby you can buy something. You have that buy now button that you can click and purchase. Now, when the website is incorporated with those actions, it becomes a web application because it has some operation. Someone can buy something, someone can create account and all that. So that is the basic differentiation between the two, but don't worry about this. I'm going to explain more about it. Yeah, so it encompasses several aspects, including front-end development. We also have the back-end development. We have the database management and performance optimization. I think Isaac has just mentioned something before he started that. The reason why you see after you search something, for example, if you search, if I just search a simple thing like laptop on my browser, you're going to see this. You see the first website that comes first here. You see, I've not searched Jumia, I've not searched Smart Buy or something, but you see, these are websites that's going to come up. Now, it's how these people have optimized their websites so that when you search a keyword, their website will be among the top. So mind you, there are so many websites that, welcome so much, Kenneth. There are so many websites which are selling laptops and all that. But these two websites, they come first. It's because they've done the optimization, econ, more visiting and that. When we talk of, let me just start from the front end development, is whereby we are talking about generally what do we expect in the web development, because front end development is where the user interacts with the system. Remember, you as a developer, your work is to create the system and all that. But now the user hajui kucode. Yeye anajua kupewa, for example, the way you just use WhatsApp. Do you know that whatever it's behind WhatsApp, it's a code? Yeah, that's it. Even any other website you've interacted with, whatever it's behind that is a code. So front end is what we are interacting with as users. And now the backend is the operational part. Now I'm talking of the buy now button. Those buy now ziko na some backend operation, ndo inaifanya inakuwa na some operation, and we're going to discuss much about that. Enabling that buy now, enabling you to create a Jumia account, that is backend now. Then when we talk about database management, is any system, whether it's an application or a web application, kuna some data which is involved there. For example, you've just talked of, maybe you have a shop of selling shoes. The information about the shoes and all that, remember, it has to be stored somewhere. When you just bring in a new stock, you just need to upload them on your websites. So the information is being saved on a database system somewhere. So we know how to interact with this database system, how we will be updating. You don't have to break the whole website again for you to update just one shoe. We need to see how can we do it so seamlessly and so simple. If you are creating a system for someone, how will he be able just to click a button and upload their shoe that their buyers or the users of their system can interact with it. Yeah, so those are some of the things we're going to ask. Let me just say the basics of web development. Let me just call them fundamentals. You see, fundamentals is what you need to understand. Like, where do you get started? Yeah, for example, when you every one of us, before we started speaking maybe in English or in our language, you started from somewhere, you know. So we have to start from somewhere. They are the fundamentals of the web development. So we are really going to venture much in these fundamentals. We have a few key elements of modern web development, which include these three languages. Mainly, first is HTML. I think maybe we've heard of HTML, or even if not, we have not interacted with it. We've had some friends talk of HTML or something like that, which of course you're going to find it so simple to interact with. So HTML is one of the language which is used in web development. In fact, it's one of the main. I just say the main because people try to diminish the value of HTML, but it is the main, because without HTML you can't do CSS and JavaScript. I mean, it is everything. But HTML can do without the CSS and JavaScript. Okay, technically, but it needs them. So the HTML is the structure language. All this content you see on any website, if I open any website here, even whatever you see in Google here, yote imewekwa hapa na HTML. This is just HTML, which has been used to structure that website. Then we have this another main. The HTML is just we normally call it it's just a short form of hypertext markup language. We're going to talk much about it. We also have this CSS, which is just a short form of cascading style sheets, which is also a language which is used in web development for styling. So styling, it gives us that good appearance of our website. Ideally, I mean, like, there is a way. Just let's take an example of a house. Of course, everyone lives in a house. In your house, it has so many things, and those things, they're supposed to be in the house. But there is a way unasamanga. Let's have this the bed on this position. Let's have the table on this position. Let's have the TV on this position. Now that is the work of CSS. Yes, I have images on my website, but I would want this image to be positioned here. I would want this another text to be positioned here. I would want this button to be positioned here. Sometimes in the field, when you're interacting with the client, and client can ask you, oh, I would want my clients to interact with my website, maybe a button from this point, maybe this image to appear on this point. So that shows us how we need also to understand CSS, because it's used for that now. Alignment, positioning, formatting, all those we're going to discuss. Yeah, so that is another fundamental you need to understand for you to become a web developer. The other language is JavaScript. JavaScript is interaction on the web. Interaction. I think let me just demonstrate something to understand what I mean by interaction. What you see here, let me view it in okay, yeah, what you see here is an example of a website. When I click these buttons you see here, I think you can see that it changes the images you see there. So normally we call this a slider. If you see this website, I've applied all those styles I've talked about. Whatever you see here, the kind of interaction. This is positioning, which is a CSS. If you look at these images, after some seconds, you'll see them moving. That is the interaction I'm talking about. Just basically adding some liveliness on our websites. Uh, when you look at the top here, we have a navigation bar whereby you can navigate to the different positions. If I try to minimize that screen to a mobile phone view, you can see my navigation bar has collapsed to a smaller. Then when I click this toggle button, I'm able to toggle them. Also, that is interaction. Being able to collapse that nav bar to a smaller screen size. So all those are things we're going to speak about and discuss when we're talking to others. So my point here was this toggling, whatever we are seeing here, and this sliding, those are the works of JS. I mean, trying to add more interactions and more liveliness in our websites. Yeah. So that is another fundamental of web development. Then another fundamental we're going to see is the front-end frameworks. Frameworks, I'm going to talk about them. Frameworks, they are just libraries of things. Okay, let me just put it in this example. All of us, we went to high school and we could see, we had these books. Those were revision materials, like the encyclopedia. We had the C Moturis for mathematics. I think you guys are familiar with that. If you've done it for fun like me. So you'd see that this is a book which contains the mathematics in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4. But it's just all mathematics. So that's basically what we mean by a library, that it encompasses a lot of codes of a specific language, which enables or which simplifies the development. So it's just, for example, if it is React JS, Vue.js, and Angular JS, these are JavaScript and HTML frameworks, which are used now to simplify our front-end development. We also have some other frameworks for back-end operation. We have, for example, we have the Node.js, we have the Django, which is for Python, we have Laravel, which is for PHP, which also I'm going to discuss more about that when I get into. There are also backend operations that simplify our development work in the backend side. The backend. Remember, I said we have two sides. We have the front end side where the user sees what we are doing, and then we have the backend side, the operational side. So it's more when you are clicking that button, whatever is the operation which is happening behind for you to purchase something, that is the backend, and you're going to discuss more about it. Then we also have some database management systems, which are like MongoDB. We also have MySQL. We also have some other database management systems like Firebase. We have also others like Superbase, Cassandra, the HBase. All those, we are going also to discuss much about them. So these are the managements of our database, the user's information, the vendors information, if maybe your system might need 12 vendors. Also the products information, you need to save them in a database. So we're going to talk about databases and all that. Then we also have version control. So what I mean by version control is, let me first use a small example. All of us use WhatsApp or any mobile application. So any mobile application, after a period of time, even for Android users, after a period of time, you would see maybe the system is requiring you to update the system. So a version control is a platform whereby maybe after I've created a system. To explain that, yes, let me first explain, then I show you an example. After I create a system, I would want to reserve my code in a place where maybe it is secure. You see, your local machine is not very secure. Maybe your local machine can crash and you might need that code again. You don't have to scroll and scroll. Maybe even a system after you deploy it as a crash can also crash. And maybe the user tells you, now my system did this and this and this. You just need a backup for that. So what version controls helps us is to reserve our code and also to be able to retrace back and all that. Just to show you an example of version control, let me open my GitHub account very quickly, where I do normally save some of my codes. We're going to talk much about the version controls and all that, and said that about my experience and all that. So these are some of the systems I've created. Some of them I create them for training purposes. Other them I create them for system to deploy. There are so many. Just as like you can see here, I have around 119 repositories of different systems. Like this website I've just shown you right here is what I have on this repository. And now if I open this repository, you're going to see all my code there, the code that I did on that system. And so maybe if the system I'm hosting crashes, I'm able to trace back. Also, if I want to make an update, I don't need to start coding that project again. I just need to pull this project, the current version of the project, I pull it locally on my machine, then I make the updates and I save it back and I also rehost it again. So basically version controls helps us to manage our code and all that, which this language is going to become very simple for you after we get started with this. Yeah. What can you build with web development skills? With web development skills, you can achieve a lot. Really achieve a lot, trust me. You can build a personal or business website. Of course, you need a portfolio and all that. For example, like when I had created a small portfolio of maybe the systems I've built. Let me just show you them. These are some of the projects I've worked on, which, okay, this is just a small portfolio of this. I've done this with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript just to display my portfolio and just what I've been working on. So you can create your also your personal portfolio and all that to show, maybe to showcase what we've done. You see, even some of the employers will be asking you, can you showcase what you've done? Others will be asking you to show us your GitHub account, show us your portfolio and all that. Yeah. So with these tech skills, you can explain more about your business, your personal brand as a developer. You can also build businesses websites. You just go there in the town and approach a guy who is selling some things, and you just tell them, you can just put your business on the space and get more customers and all that. And okay, I'm just trying to rush because of time, and we are going to have more time to discuss about these. I can't explain everything to the details and all that, but all those businesses you see, you can create websites for them. You can also create web applications. I think I'd differentiated between the web applications and the websites. I've seen that web application is a high version of a website with some backend operations. You can also create an e-commerce platform like Jumia, even just like what I've shown you right here, whereby a user can purchase something like I see this web application it created here is whereby maybe people can purchase laptops, can purchase smartphones, and also some accessories of those type of things. Yeah, so you'll be able to create just stuff like this and all that, and even add more features on these kind of systems. And the other thing, this is the e-commerce systems. The others are blogs and portfolios. People are really earning a lot from blogs. You also have some stories to tell people and all that. You can put that on blogs. Even you can approach bloggers and create for them platforms whereby they can talk. In fact, in the morning, I was just talking to one of the bloggers who does some new stuff, and we are just trying to work on something creating a blog about news and all that. So it's just to tell you that you're able to achieve a lot with these web development skills. The other is social media platforms. You can just create your own platform like Tinder, Instagram, Facebook, and all that with web development skills. Yeah. I wanted to demonstrate just a simple application and show you how it is very simple to create a web application or just a website using these languages I've just talked about, the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So maybe due to the factor of time and all these, we need to install some tools for us to work with this, which I've already installed on my machine and all that. But once you guys join the class and continue learning, we'll be able to do a lot and achieve much on this. I'll do a to-do list web app whereby I think I had opened a demonstration of it. Let me just have it here. Yeah, I just wanted to present to do a simple to do app list like this using the three languages I've used, whereby maybe a user can add some tasks, maybe work at 5 a.m. And once you click that add to task, it's added on your to-do list. You can add maybe after that do exercise and then go for work. Yeah, all these I've done it with JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, which now you'll be able to do. Then maybe once you're done with that task, you're able to remove it from your to-do list. So I just wanted to demonstrate how can we build a project like this very simply. In fact, just to mention this is not a rocket science. I know we have a lot of myths about software development outside there that maybe people find it so hard and all that. I'm telling you, with now the help of the technology that we have, an application like this, I can just build it in seconds or even in just in a matter of minutes and all that. And you two guys, you'll be able to do that with the same approach because it's normally very, very simple with the help of technology. So let me just demonstrate just a bit how we can achieve a very small project like that. So I'm just going to demonstrate from the scratch, like how do you create a project? How do you open it with your development platform? So let me just close my everything. You start from there. So with any project, you normally create a folder for that. So I'm using Windows platform, so I'm going to create a folder and I'm going to call it to-do lists app. Then this to-do list app, I'm going to use a tool we normally call it Visual Studio Code. I'm going to talk much about these tools as we continue, and then I'm going to open a VS Code right there. Then on my VS Code, I'll just drag and drop that folder to open it on my VS Code right there. Yep, just that way. Then I'm going to talk much about this VS Code once we start the classes and all that. And I'm going to create my HTML file, which I'm going to call it index.html. Then within my index file, I'm going to have my app, the one we are talking about. So we have some shortcuts of creating some boilerplates, which I'm going to explain later in the course. Just to create a simple illustration. To-do lists app. So that's normally the title of the website. We have a tool within VS Code which we normally view whatever we are doing. So let me open it. We normally call it live server. I'm going to explain about it much about it. I'm just doing a demonstration to show you how it is easy to do this. Let me open what I'm creating with live server. So how the live server helps us is to track whatever we are developing. I mean on live, like whatever the change I've made on my website, it will just appear on live. So you've just seen the title I've given it is this one, which is appearing here, to-do list app. Then after I make a change on that code, for example, within the body section, I create a heading. Let me use that element. I'll call it element. So my to-do is web app. So after I make that change, immediately it will appear on my browser here. Yeah, so that is the purpose of the live server. Now that web app should be appearing everything. Could just refresh. Yeah, something like that. So I've said basically we are really going to do a very simple thing. So I've just mentioned let me say something. Today I just want to show you the simplicity of creating web applications with the help of the current technology, just to show that development is not just as hard as people mention it to be. You're really going to see it very, very simple. So I think most of us, we have heard about AI tools. Kenneth, maybe you can say hi and tell us whether you've heard about AI tools. Are you using them in your day-to-day work? Kenneth, you have not said hi. You can say hi, and maybe you can please tell us whether you're using AI in your daily work. Okay, I don't think Kenneth is in a position. So maybe when you're in a position to unmute your mic, you can just say hi. We had already introduced ourselves. Yeah, so we'd love to hear from you. Marvin?
Hi. Yes, I do.
Yes. Yeah, use AI to do your work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Amina, how about you? Have you interacted with the AI tools?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yes, you do some research to do some. So basically, what I'm saying is, you can also use those AI tools for your development, and it's going to really make your development very easy. So, like now, the app I'm just about to do, with everything, I'm going to be assisted by AI. But now, as we begin the classes, we'll do it from the scratch, at least to understand what the AI is doing, and also even to give you better tips on how to use the AI for development and all that. So I'm just going to open my AI here. I normally we have AI tools like the ChatGPT and all that. So you can just open the ChatGPT browser, yeah, because I want to use it to do my development. So I'll just give the ChatGPT some instructions and tell the ChatGPT that I want to develop and to develop a to-do list app using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Even ChatGPT will understand that JS is JavaScript. So we're just giving it instructions. So create for me the HTML part of it. So I just wanted to build it part by part so that I can be explaining what we have there. So let's see what ChatGPT does. I think you can see that it's a very, very, very simple task. It has created for me. So what I am required to do is just to copy this code, whatever it has generated here. Remember, I'm just doing this for the interest of time because we have limited time. I can just copy that. Then I come back to my project. AI has already generated for me. So I'm going to highlight everything, then paste what I've gotten from the ChatGPT. Then get back to my project and see some changes. Now you can see what I have there. I have a to-do list app, add new task, whereby you can add a task there, then I click. So it has created for me an input whereby I can type my text, and also whereby I can, a button whereby I can add. So simply that it has been generated by AI. So the work of AI in this development part is also to simplify the development process, because the tools are there. They're not here to replace developers. Trust me, developers are there to stay. Don't worry about that. We are there to stay. Even the designers, don't be worried. They're there to stay. So, but it's how you can use this tool. So the next instruction I'm going to give the tool is, now I want you to style for me. Remember I said the CSS is used for styling. So I'll tell it style for me the app. So I just come back to AI and tell it, now create. I hope you can see I'm typing on my back, on my bottom left. Create the CSS part of it. Just instructions, and let's see what happens. You'll see that ChatGPT is just updating my code. He's including some styles there. He's adding some more styles to enable good appearance of my website. So these styles are the styles we're going to discuss about later on. So is this thing that they have updated my code with some additional codes here, which you don't have to bother what they mean right now. I'm going to explain them later on. So then I just copy the updated code that way. Then I come back to my project, I highlight everything, then I paste. As you can see, my code is updated. Let's see the change which has been made on our project. And you see that my code has been positioned at the center. We have some styles which has been added on the input, and also the button at least looks a bit better for that matter. So that tells you that CSS adds more styles on your development or on your work. Now, the remaining part now is the interaction part. Maybe I would want, after I type a product there and I click there, it is added on the list. That is the interaction part. I would want, after I finish a task, I'm able to delete it. Now that is the function of JavaScript. JavaScript is coming in on the front end still to enable interaction on this, adding items, deleting, moving a button, creating a function to a button, something like that. That is a JavaScript, which you don't have to worry right now, because you're going to dive deeper on this and understand everything. So I'll also go to my GPT again. tell it now, add the JavaScript part. Maybe to enable, I can add more instruction to enable check-in. First is to enable adding a task. Also checking the done task. If you have finished something, you can check the done task. And deleting a task. So let's see what GPT does to our code now. It adds some JavaScript. You see, it's just the same code that will be just updated. I'm using the AI tools to just simplify my development. Remember, a user who is not trained on these cannot do that. So we can't say that AI is going to replace us, but it's just going to make the development work simpler for us. Yeah, you see now, ChatGPT now is adding some task here, some JavaScript functions to enable that. And there we have it. Let's see what we have now. Yeah, let me copy updated code, and I have it here. So let me update my code there. Then I just check what I have from there. And you guys, you can see like the time I've just spent to create this application. Yeah, let me refresh. So now, let me try to add some task. Be in the house at 6 p.m. And to add that task, you can see the task is there. I can say that attend class, attend development, develop. Don't mind what my spellings. Development class at 6:30. Add task and say maybe finish class at 8:30. Add a task, and finally you can just say practice coding for 30 minutes. Our app is there. Just as simple as that. Then maybe after I get into the house, I can just check out that. After I finish that, I can check out. I do that, I can check out. And that's a simple to-do list app. Guys, you have seen the time I've spent creating that. Very, very little. So whoever you hear telling you that coding is a rocket science, that's a lie. In fact, with this kind of advancements in technology, I'm willing to train you guys in a very simple way that you can understand how to code from the basics to the pro version of it. You've seen how it is very simple to do that, and we really have a very nice program for you guys. So I just wanted to do that first to demonstrate how to do a simple to-do list using the 3 languages I've mentioned: the CSS, the HTML. This is the HTML part of it, just as simple as from this body element. From this div you see here to that place, that is the HTML part of it. The CSS is what we see from this part. The styling part here, I'm going to talk much about these stylings to that end there. That is the CSS. Then we have the JavaScript. So that tells you even we can have them on the same file, in the same part. That's that. the JavaScript we are talking about. So you've seen that the three languages are required when it comes to web development and all that. Then later on, we talk about the database, we talk about the other things. Yeah, so just as simple as that. I know maybe right now it might look not very simple to do that, but you guys in 3 days you can be surprised with what you can do. Yes, let me go back to my slide. Where are you? Right there. Yeah, so just as simple as that. Yeah, I know. I've just tried to work out with time. Maybe I had a section of a few questions here. The first one is, how long do you think it would take to build a responsive portfolio website? So this question, whatever it's asking us, is how long do you think now after you become a good developer, it will take you to create a portfolio website, a responsive. A responsive is a website that is able to be viewed on a smaller device, on a larger device, and all that. I mean, like responsive to those different screen sizes, just like what I had shown you on my website here. When I change the view to a smaller device, it is responsive. So this is what you'll see on a smartphone, and on a laptop, you're going to still to see it that way. So you have it in form of a question here. How long do you think, with the simplicity you have seen? Kenneth, are you able to unmute your mic, please? Kenneth, we would really love to hear from you because you have not said hi to us. So please, when you're in a position to unmute, please let me know kindly. Yeah, so we're just friends here. We're just chatting. So not have things here. Amina, after you become a pro, how long do you think it can take you to create a? I've seen a message from Kenneth. He's saying he's in a noisy place. Thank you for letting us know. Amina, you can tell us something.
For me, I guess 1 day will be okay because I'm familiar
Yes.
with HTML and CSS. So the
Wow,
Java,
interesting.
yeah.
Wow, very nice. And in fact, after we do a few things with you, even you'll tell me it can take you 1 hour or, or something. The second question, let me take it to Marvin. Marvin, in the work you have seen that you're going to be able to do, how much do you think you can charge someone for creating a website?
Thank you, Dan. The question
Yes,
seems
yes,
tricky.
Marvin.
Uh,
Is it?
uh,
Okay.
okay. It depends with the client, but a range could be how much? Hey,
Uh-huh.
after we get the practical insight, maybe you can gauge how much you can charge.
Sure. I know this one depends with maybe let's say even whoever you are creating for and all that. But of course, any type of business is just negotiation. But we also have what we say like the bare minimum. Like let me say, for example, if you go to let me ask Amina that. Amina, how much do you buy chapati for?
20 shillings.
10 shillings.
Yes.
Do you know there is an hotel which sells 50 shillings?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get me. But at least every one of us, from any position we are, we can get a chapati at 20 shillings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that tells us that we have a standard price of it. So that's I think we have our 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 trainer here, Real Graphic, for Isaac. Isaac, what do you think about that?
for uh for a portfolio website.
Yes, for a portfolio website.
Portfolio website is just a landing page. 15,000.
Yeah, that's an average price. Portfolio website. Okay, you guys are really going to find this very simple to create and all that. And you see, those are good money. And trust you me, that is something you'll be able to create within hours. You don't need a day. I mean, you'll find it so easy. So these are just a few questions, but I would want you guys if maybe I think that was my part. The other part was Isaac to continue with it. But in case, I think Isaac, you can take it from there. And if maybe you have a question about anything, you can just control us. Otherwise, thank you guys for your cooperation and your time. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dan. We literally appreciate. I think before we allow me share, maybe you can go to the last screen, to the last slide actually. In case if anyone who has a question, to maybe to ask before I explain the other part. Anyone with a question? Yeah, we are dealing with that guy with the red icon. Anyone with a question before we end the session? I'll end the session. Anyone with a question, kindly? You're free to ask. You can type. You can just unmute, and then yeah, we proceed. Anyone? Okay, maybe people are digesting this the questions. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you so much. I do appreciate. I think you have made also me to. I don't know if I should join now this class. It looks quite easier as compared to the things. Yeah. I think I'll consider be joining you in some one day or the other. Allow me share my screen. Allow me share my screen. Then allow me share my screen. Great. I literally appreciate that. Was literally amazing. By the way, web development always someone always fears about web development. Yes, everyone talks about web development. No one wants to go into web development because of coding and those. You see those codes that have been displayed there. Those are the scary parts. I hear that there are some bed bugs there. So but I know you're going to do that. I know things are going to be better and are going to be good. Yes, I will always say that AI will never replace us. Even the design industry, AI will never replace us. AI, it is here to assist us. It's only those who people who are not in the industry. They're the one who always keep making noise and say, "Oh, AI is going to replace you. AI is going to replace you." By the way, also me, I use a lot of AI. I use a lot of AI, and without AI, by the way, your work can be so hard, can be so hard. But with the AI, it can be so easy, very easy. Yes, our packages, I think I'll head directly to explain some bit part of it. Our packages are found in our website, yeah, where you can find them here. I think Mr. Dan has explained some few things. He has explained the HTML, CSS, and also the JavaScript. That is the first package. That is the basic web development package. It's going to have fundamentals of HTML, CSS, and also the JavaScript. It's going to take us 4 weeks. That is 1 month, all the way from date 10 to around date 11. I think those should be 4 weeks. Yeah, that should be 4 weeks. We'll be done with it, and then of the same, we want you, in case you want to advance. I think you have done the first part. What you have done, the intro part that you have done today, it is the HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. Now the second part, the advanced package, we are going to have front end and also back end developer. So you can see what you're going to be trained on React and also Tailwind CSS. And then also on the back end, you're going to learn Python. I think it's the most feared programming language. Also going to do Flask and also MySQL. So those are the things I'm going to learn in basic package and also in advanced package. Immediately we are done with the basic package. For those who are planning to advance their skills so that you can be a full stack developer. Anytime you go to, most of the time they do advertise for jobs, you'll see that name written there. We are looking for a full stack developer. So those are the people that they are looking for. So if you do the basic package and advanced package, you'll be now a full stack developer dealing with the front end and also the back end. Yes, that is it. Immediately after the basic package, you will start the advanced package. So maybe you can plan yourself in case you are going to start immediately. It will be good. If you're not going to start immediately, we'll still, by that time also we are planning, we also enroll those people who are still in basic so that it can run at the same time. But we'll see how it will go. But you can learn the basic and also consider going to advanced package. By the way, just reach out to me. I give you some good discounts. I'll give you some good discount, and I know you know me how I can give some good discount. So you can also view the course outline. Don't say what are they going to train. By the way, this time round we have tried to simplify things. That by the way, normally most of the time, you go to school, you pay school fees, and you don't know what you're going to learn. And then you just come and discover the things that are in the course that you're doing or in that unit that you're doing, they're not the things that you literally wanted. And that is how actually the education system has been always. They'll always just rob your money there. And actually somebody asked what is the difference between IT and ICT. uh yeah, you'll find the people who are doing the same different the so-called different courses, but they attend the same classes. The universities are there to take our money, and we still okay, we still pay them, don't worry, we don't have to worry. Yeah, we still pay them, but they try and differentiate some things only to discover that we are going to do the similar things by the person who is paying at maybe a different cost. So it is very good for us to try to be very open that by the time you pay your money, day one, what are you going to learn? Day two, what are you going to learn? Day three, what are you going to learn? Day four, what are you going to learn? And by the time you are done with the first week, what will you be able to do? That has been described very, very well accordingly. I'll just come here to see what you can actually do. And by the time you are done with week four, what you can also do. This is it. This is the basic part. This is the basic or the web development fundamentals. So by the time we are on week four, you don't need to ask the teacher what will we be done by week four. Just come to this course outline and we'll try our level best. And with our quality in the things that we normally do, we always try our level best to try and finish them on time. The first thing that we normally do with our courses, we always start on time and also we end on time. You come late by 10 minutes, you find us along the way. Yes. You maybe come late, maybe our class is ending at 8:30, you come at 8:35, you'll find us, we are done with the class, and actually even people have already started doing the assignments. So that is it. And also you can also view the course outline for advanced package. You don't have to ask, oh, what are we going to learn? It is literally good. If you feel like this, it is worth it. By the way, just look at the course outline. Just look at the course outline. Is it worth it? Up to day 40, those are 2 months. That is around how many weeks? 4 weeks per month, and that is 8 weeks for learning the advanced package. Just come and do your due diligence research. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? By the way, for you to become a full stack developer, we have a school like Moringa. Moringa, they're charging around 200,000 to be 174 if you want physical, and if you want online, you'll pay around 200,000. By the you can only pay for around how many installments? Around four. You can imagine how much they are charging, and it is the same knowledge. actually the most important thing is also you on yourself. Always say that tech is good. Everyone can join tech, but also the passion and also the consistency in training the things that we normally do in class. Because if you don't do practice every day, if by the way you don't do coding, you don't code, you've seen what we have done on to-do list. If you don't practice, by the way, you forget. The same thing I normally tell the graphic design students. You don't do it, you forget. You don't do it, you forget. We also provided the learning materials, yes, and also the projects out of this. They'll everything for setup and everything that is going to be entailed in the class. You're not going to be charged any extra amount on top of this. If Daniel is going to charge you, kindly let me know. I'll deal with him. He's not going to charge you, I know that. There is no extra material that is going to charge you on this. Yes, yes. I'll also be joining the classes. I'll also be joining the classes so that all these classes are going to be recorded. All the classes are going to be recorded. You can do a recap. Sometimes you can find yourself, maybe you are not available, but even if someone will not be you will not be available, class will still continue as scheduled. Yes, you can come here, you make an application here, submit. I know knowledge on programming. I know you can add it to 3 even if you have never done. At least you have done something here. Where you did get to hear about us, just put there, then submit. I'll get it on my end. You'll get a reply in less than 24 hours. Yeah, out of that you just make the payment. By the way, if you make payment between today and Friday midnight, you're going to pay 8,000. You're going only to pay 8,000. If you pay beyond date 6, which is on Friday, from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then you're going to pay the 10,000. This one, okay, this one we don't have installments, because if I give you, you pay installments, you pay after 2 weeks, you pay, and I know after 2 weeks, most of the people normally don't have money. So I've given you that allowance. You can pay the 8K, and you can join the class. Actually, the group is just ready. It's just waiting for you to be in, and then you start the class. I don't think if there is something else that I've left. Yes, enrolling, you just I think I've explained that. Make the payment. You can also forward the M-Pesa payment message just to that number. I think most of us are familiar with that number. You can make via paybill, or in case you are good, you have some coins, either BTC or Solana, or maybe Dogecoin or XRP coins. You can also inbox. I give you the wallet address. You can make payment there. You can also send your money via PayPal. Yes, and that marks the end of our session. That marks the end of our session. But unless someone has a question, and I believe most of us are going to join the class, by the way, we'll have our classes. Actually, I've not explained that. Allow me explain that. The class is between what? 6:30 p.m. and also 8:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It is going to be 2 hours. But we also have an open door for those people who feel like that time it is too early. Okay, that time is too late. Let's say it's too late. Yeah, it's too early. It's too early in the evening. There are those who feel like it's too early in the evening, and there are those who feel like it's too late. You can join the morning class. By the way, I saw Elvis. They are doing 5 a.m. challenge. You pay 2,100. I don't know what you are trained, but you wake up. You pay and then you wake up. You are trained on there are some things on AI. So here we're going to start our class between 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Then we leave you, go to work. Yes, that is it. But for that one, I think we are going to start. If you make payment still on Monday 5:30, we'll be there. We'll be in 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. You can join that class, or you can join the evening class from 6:30 p.m. or 8 to 8:30 p.m. The things that are going to be taught, they are the same. They are the same. It's only that the morning class is going to take 1 hour, but you'll see how you're going to compensate on that. But you don't have to worry about the timings. We'll plan ourselves so that get into the class at the right time or at a given time. The reason as why we are giving these times is because me and Dan, we are at work, and also I'm trying to assume maybe you also, maybe you will have some work during the day, so you don't have to go to physical school for you to learn this, and you don't have to be there in the during the day for you to attend the class. You can attend the class in the morning, go to work, do your own things during the day. Also you can attend everything, everything in the morning and also during the day, and you can come and join the class in the evening. It is the same thing to also to graphic design. We have made things to be easier for those people who are working, and also for those people who feel like during the day they can do something else. We are yet to start our physical location. We are working towards that. But one thing with physical location, one thing you'll always will agree with me, the school fees will either double or triple. It will have to cater for the rent, cater for the laptops and other computers that you're going to use, and also it's going to cater for the electricity. So you can utilize the time you have the online. The things that you're going to teach online, they are the same things that you'll teach physically in case you have a physical location. Yes, I think that marks the end of our presentation. Not unless someone has a query, a question. Yes, maybe Kenneth is just making processing the payment. Let me just go back again to the pay bill. That is the pay bill 247 247, and then the M-Pesa number is that. You just make the payment right away. Just make 8,000. Yes. Or if you want to pay tonight, I reduce the 500 for the then you make yeah, that will be good. Yeah, you just make the payment. I add you to the WhatsApp group so that you can be sharing some few details there before we start our class officially on Monday. Yes. If you're together to that point, give me a thumbs up. If you're together to that point, give me a thumbs up. Great, 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 great. I think we mark that marks the end of our session. Let's meet in class. I know most of us are going to sign up. You can also refer a friend, and you can get also commission on the same. Have a nice evening. Have a nice evening. The video is going to be uploaded before 11. Yes, before 11. We are working towards the time so that we finish up everything. Have a nice evening, and see you in the class.